Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made, so let us rejoice and be glad in it. I am Pastor Mary Ann Kellenbach, pastor at Living Faith Church, which is located in the community of tradition in the city of Port St. Lucie in the state of Florida. And today is Wednesday, October the 6th in the year 2021. We continue this week in our meditations of looking at the kingdom of God. And yesterday we looked at Psalm 24, the first two verses, which we've looked at many times. And it just says it all, right? There's nothing else to be said. And this is from the NRSV translation, which is, "The earth is the Lord's and all that is in it, the world and those who live in it. For he has founded it on the seas and established it on the rivers. The earth is the Lord's and all that is in it, the world and those who live in it." This is all God's world, and we belong to God. And that is comforting. It's very comforting. And yesterday you meditated on what it means to have a king, a Lord, who has nothing but your best interests in mind, and what that's like, and how powerful that is, that the one who created us not for the sake of serving God, for the sake of life and loving each other and serving each other in God's kingdom. So today we're going to take a look at a poem. And as I read this poem, I want you to dwell and think about God's kingdom here on earth and the various ways in which God's kingdom makes God's kingdom known to us and how easy it is for us to miss it. Hear this poem that was written by Naomi Shihab Nye. It's called Gate A4. Naomi was born in St. Louis in Missouri. Her dad was Palestinian and her mother was American. Listen to this poem that she wrote, Gate A4. Wandering around the Albuquerque airport terminal, after learning my flight had been delayed 4 hours, I heard an announcement. If anyone in the vicinity of Gate A4 understands any Arabic, please come to the gate immediately. Well, one pauses these days. Gate A4 was my own gate. I went there. An older woman in full traditional Palestinian embroidered dress, just like my grandmother wore, was crumbled to the floor, wailing. "Help," said the flight agent. "Talk to her. What is her problem?" We told her the flight was going to be late, and she did this. I stooped to put my arm around the woman and spoke haltingly. Shudau shubid habiti, sani shwe, min fadlik, shubit siwi. The minute she heard any words she knew, however poorly used, she stopped crying. She thought the flight had been canceled entirely. She needed to be in El Paso for major medical treatment the next day. I said, "No, we're fine. You'll get there. Just later. Who is picking you up? Let's call him." We called her son. I spoke with him in English. I told him I would stay with his mother till we got on the plane and ride next to her. She talked to him. Then we called her other sons, just for the fun of it. Then we called my dad, and he and she spoke for a while in Arabic and found out, of course, that they had 10 shared friends. Then I thought, just for the heck of it, why not call some Palestinian poets I know and let them chat with her? This all took up 2 hours. She was laughing a lot by then, telling her life, patting my knee, answering questions. She had pulled a sack of homemade mamul cookies, little powdered sugar crumbly mounds stuffed with dates and nuts, from her bag, and was offering them to all the women at the gate. To my amazement, Not a single woman declined one. It was like a sacrament. The traveler from Argentina, the mom from California, the lovely woman from Laredo, we were all covered with the same powdered sugar and smiling. There is no better cookie. And then the airline broke out free apple juice from huge coolers, and 2 little girls from our flight ran around serving it, and they were covered with powdered sugar too. And I noticed my new best friend. By now we were holding hands, had a potted plant poking out of her bag, some medicinal thing with green furry leaves. Such an old country tradition. Always carry a plant. Always stay rooted to somewhere. And I looked around the gate of late and weary ones and thought, this is the world I want to live in. The shared world. Not a single person in that gate, once the crying of confusion stopped, seemed apprehensive about any other person. They took the cookies. I wanted to hug all those other women too. This can still happen anywhere. Not everything is lost. The kingdom of God. Found at that gate, A4, in that Albuquerque airport terminal, where there was fear and fright, not knowing what to do, how to comfort. God's kingdom came shining through. Shared cookies, a plant, being grounded. On this day, look and see God's kingdom before you, because this is where we live. This is God's kingdom. See it, point it out, and most of all, be a part of it. I will see you back here tomorrow. Blessings.